Welcome, my name is Bernie and I'd like to sing a song for you today called All the Diamonds by Bruce Cockburn, and I'd like to dedicate this song to my dear friend Robert Lloyd. Robert's had an interesting career. He was an architect, an inventor, a businessman and an entrepreneur, but also when he was a student at Manchester University he was the resident session drummer at Club 43, the famous Manchester jazz club, and Robert got to play with many of the famous jazz musicians of that era. In 1963, Robert and his family were taking a cruise around the Canary Islands at Christmas, and the ship that they were on board was called the Laconia. And the Laconia was set on fire, and it was a major maritime disaster. And unfortunately, nearly 140 people lost their lives, including Robert's father. Now, Robert found himself immersed in the water, alone, adrift at sea, and he was in the sea for a considerable period of time. At a point where I guess he thought he'd lost all hope and that he was probably about to die, he saw somebody swimming through the water towards him at great speed. He then found that he was being dragged from behind, also at great speed. In fact, he was being pulled so fast that there was a wake coming out from the bottom of his feet. And he was pulled through the water for a considerable distance until he arrived at the side of a safety ship. And he was saved. Now later, when he spoke to the rescuers, they explained to him that they didn't understand how he arrived at the side of the ship because he was totally on his own. And Robert realised that he'd been saved by divine intervention and that God had sent an angel to rescue him. Now, when an incident happens like this in your life, the loss of your father, and such a miracle, it does impact you. And this incident, of course, has had a major impact on Robert's Christian life and his testimony. And when I hear this particular song or sing it, I'm always reminded of Robert's amazing testimony of God's grace upon his life. So I hope you enjoy this. It's called All the Diamonds. In this world that mean anything to me are conjured up by wind and sunlight sparkling on the sea. Came aground in a to taste of being free. Thank God he sent some girl chase ship to carry me to sea. 2,000 years and half a world away. Dying trees still grow greener when you pray. Silver scales flash bright and fade in reeds along the shore, like a pearl in a sea of liquid jade. His ship comes shine like a crystal swan in a sky of suns. His ship comes shining